Hi everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today's story is about family, and when it comes to family, nothing is more important than each member's health and well-being. This responsibility is even more important for the parents. It's not rocket science for them to make sure their children would grow up to become parents themselves. The experience this mother had to go through can easily be one of the parents' worst nightmares. She woke up one morning to find out that one of her children had suddenly become paralyzed. The little boy felt extremely weak to the point where he couldn't move his limbs, apparently after hitting his head in an accident a few days before. So his parents rushed him to the hospital. At first, doctors believed that the toddler had a concussion that was caused by the minor injury, but they soon discovered that his situation was much more worrying. When they realized the truth, they were stunned. Like many toddlers, little Colin was a ball of energy. So when his parents, Stephanie and Dylan, took him to his older brother's baseball practice, they knew they'd have to keep him entertained. As a result, Dylan and Colin enjoyed a game of hide-and-seek around their family car. Amidst the excitement, the youngster tripped and fell. Although Colin suffered a little cut to his eyebrow, he got right back up and started playing again. His parents therefore thought nothing of the incident. After all, he'd fallen numerous times before with no issue. According to Colin's mother, Stephanie, Colin had worse falls before, which was why they didn't think too much about it and just went to bed. However, overnight the toddler's condition took a terrifying turn. The next morning, when she got up to wake her son, she was baffled by what Colin was doing. She saw her son and Colin could not sit up. At first, she thought it was the flu, but what was more surprising was that Colin could not walk as well. Stephanie rushed to call her husband. Her husband and Colin's father, Dylan, rushed home, picked up Colin, and Stephanie drove them to the hospital. At the emergency room, the concerned parents explained how their little one had fallen the night before. The doctors consequently figured that Colin had a concussion. To diagnose the suspected ailment, they conducted a CAT scan. However, the test result came back clear. Despite this good news though, Colin's health was still in decline, and now the experts seemed stumped as to what the problem was. Consequently, they had their son transferred to a children's hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. It was only then that doctors discovered the shocking truth behind the toddler's illness. Colin got to the new facility just in time. Doctors told his parents that if they arrived just 30 minutes later, his little body would have gone into cardiac arrest. Luckily, however, they were able to stabilize the child and get to the bottom of his condition. Upon examining the toddler, a team of infectious disease doctors and neurologists discovered a tick behind Colin's ear. As it turned out, that little boy's paralysis was all down to this tiny creature. After the tick was removed, the toddler started receiving an antibiotic, at which point he slowly began to regain movement in his feet. Little Colin had suffered from tick paralysis. The disease is caused by a neurotoxin found in the saliva of certain ticks. This then transmits to the host when the parasite feeds, and over the course of a few days it destroys nerve tissue, causing paralysis. In some cases, the disease can be fatal, but Colin was saved just in time. As soon as the doctors removed the tick, Colin started to improve. Before his parents knew it, he was back to his normal boisterous self, and a relieved Stephanie and Dylan could not have been happier. Thankfully, the disease didn't have a lasting impact on Colin, and having been almost completely paralyzed, he now finds it hard to sit still. His parents are probably exhausted. Thanks for watching until the end.